the coloured sands, we decide Cathedral Beach would be an ideal place to stop. Cathedral Beach Resort is 7 kilometres north of the Mahino. It offers beautifully kept camping grounds, a general store with takeaway foods, plus souvenirs and a service station. And plans are on the way for self-contained flats and a restaurant. The staff and management here always treat customers with a smile and a helpful hand.
Well, that's pretty good, too. Look out. I know when you had a look at the areas there, they were. That's one over there. I don't know much on it.
Indian Head towers 60 metres above sea level with spectacular views of the ocean. Sometimes you can be fortunate to see stingrays and turtles below. Captain Cook was the first European to sight the island during his voyage of 1770. Seeing its eastern shore only, he presumed that the island was a long promontory, and named Sandy Cape the northernmost point. Breaksea Spit and Indian Head where he saw what he thought were Indians.
Big tile, aren't they?
What do you want, Christine?
Geez, they big tile, aren't they?
What is it? Yeah, we can see them out here.
The big ones, aren't they?
While you're driving along the beach on the island, you'll notice the oncoming vehicle will flick his blinker. It's to give you an idea on the way he's approaching, and it's a good safety measure as well.
Now we're heading towards Champagne Pools. As you walk along, you'll notice the black sandy base as your feet become darker with each step. The day started out fine, but it's blowing a tremendous storm. Champagne Pools are still a spectacular sight, even under these conditions.
Generally, though, a mostly fine day with only a brief shower or two and fresh southeasterly winds. A top of 28...
Once leaving the Champagne Pools and Middle Rocks, you head 10 kilometres inland to Orchid Beach. The track is narrow and sandy in places. Lots of difficulties have been experienced on this section in the past. A few kilometres before Orchid Beach is a turn to the right, which takes you to Waddy Point, which is a great place for fishing, spectacular ocean scenery, and giant sandhills. Now, if you'd like to really indulge yourself, Orchid Beach Resort is situated 105 kilometres north from Hook Point, overlooking beautiful Malu Bay. Guests stay in comfortable cabins which are equipped with all amenities set in beautiful tropical surrounds, with a general store, fully licensed restaurant and bar. Looking towards the north behind the tug, you can just capture a glimpse of the Great Sandy Cape, which is our destination. Orchid Beach also has its own airstrip, one of two on the island, the other situated 5 kilometres inland from Dili village. Now this seems like a great idea. Fly straight to your holiday resort bungalow. A short drive out of Orchid Beach is a new modern service station just been completed. Only a few kilometres along the beach, Bob spotted something on the shore.
Now that's a ceramic whiskey jug that's been probably thrown over the side of the boat a fair while back. It's encrusted with gooseneck barnacles. It may have been in the water for anything up to 4 to 5 months for those to attach and grow like that.
Leaving Orchid Beach behind, we have 30 kilometres of beach driving in front of us before reaching Sandy Cape. But be warned, if you don't choose your tides correctly, it'll be the most difficult 30 kilometres you will ever encounter. Unlike the beach on the southern end of Indian Head, the little creeks on the northern end are very few and far between, so it isn't a very popular place for camping. Once passing the soft sandy section, if there's anywhere on Fraser Island you feel alone, it has to be here. Following the coast, the sand driving is good until you reach the first set of rocks. On low tide, you can drive around them, but if the tide's in, they're absolutely impassable. We tried to pass on near top tide and came across another party. The difficulty was trying to turn around in only a carling. We walked at first, but where the road is cut is about 1 kilometre from the beginning of the rocks, and it's not seen until you're right on top of it.
We've arrived at Sandy Cape here, and this, to get to Sandy Cape, is the hardest part of the whole journey on Fraser Island when you leave Orchid Beach. The trip to Sandy Cape should only be done on low tides, and you have to allow a few hours each way. You can drive around the Cape here, but we won't be because the tide's in. So we're having a bit of lunch here and the kids are having a swim. And at low tide, behind me, can stretch for miles. We're getting out of there very quick because there's a storm just starting to show up behind us.
Out of all of our travels, Fraser Island would be one of the prettiest places we've ever been to. But more importantly, it'd be one of the safest places where a four-wheel driver can take his family camping. Now, it's impossible to show Fraser Island in a 1-hour tape. I doubt that you'd see it in 2 weeks. Our tape ends here on the most northern point of Fraser Island. One thing for sure, like thousands of four-wheel drivers that visit Fraser Island each year, we'll be